Yes, that let us know. Perfect. And let's start our session. It will last about 1 hour. We don't want to bother you much. And we will talk about the European Independent Living Day, 5th May. Let's see also the hashtag. This is the basic hashtag we have. EL Day 2023. Every year we change the number. EL Day 2020 something. And of course, there are other hashtags as well during the day, like Independent Living Day, EL Day 23. People are very creative with hashtags. So yeah, feel free to follow up. But I think this will be the main and the basic one we will use, the EL Day 2023. IL Day 2023. IL from Independent Living Day. So let's go slowly to the first slide. Okay, probably it works, right? You see everything. Okay, you see, and it's loading. That's great. So, what is the Independent Living Day? The European Independent Living Day is celebrated each year, 5th May, under the slogan, our slogan, proud, strong, and visible. We always say, let's be together, proud, strong, and visible on 5th May. It's an opportunity for disabled people and for our friends and allies to demand the right to independent living. There is awareness about barriers we face and to stand in solidarity with those who are not able to join us, people in institutions, others who their voices are not being heard. And believe me, there are a lot of people who are unfortunately in this situation. The Independent Living Day was proclaimed by Enil board in 2014. So it is something that Enil established almost 10 years ago, and I think practically. And to give the opportunity to all disabled people and others to stand up together. And yeah, 1 day per year. Of course, independent living is something we fight every year, but you know, we have wanted 1 day to highlight it even more and to have, you know, to raise awareness together. And you know, since then, it's going very well. It's very successful. We have a growing number of people participating, almost from every country of Europe and even out of Europe, with a big variety of activities like press conferences, events, protests, exhibition, flash mobs, webinars, and whatever. There is a link here for, which is on the basic page on our website about the Independent Living Day, where you can find more information. And yeah, since we started it, the day was that successful that now it's celebrated and acknowledged by pretty much everyone from the European Commission and the European Parliament. We see posts from them on every year, also to the European Disability Forum and other organizations. And we are very proud for that because it's a good recognition to our work and to the value and importance of independent living. If I talk too quick, please let me know. Sometimes I do that. So let's go to the next slide. We will present you now what Enil will do on the day. And I mean, really the basic stuff because it's still 1 month before, so we might add activities to the day. But our basic plan for the moment, for the sake of the presentation, was divided into 3 basic activities. And for the first 2, I will give the floor to my colleague Florian, give you an overview of what we will we are planning to do. Florian, the floor is yours. Feel free to take over and anything you need. Oh, sorry, that's the next slide. Yeah, let me know.
Yes, thanks, Kamil, for the introduction. So I'm going to say a few more details about 2 events which we are planning. I only expect to present the 5th of May. So we're going to have events on both days. I just thought I'm going to present the event of the 5th of May. So give me a moment to open the relevant agenda.
For the 5th or the 4th?
For the agenda for the 4th. Or do you have it some?
Yeah, we don't give a brief, explanation since This one is not finalized yet, but
Okay. Do you have the agenda there? I saw something
I have
in
the
it.
presentation in front of me. So.
No, but the next slide, wasn't it the agenda?
It's for the 5th.
It's for the 5th. Okay. Okay, then just one moment.
Yeah, just to say to people that I didn't include the agenda for the 4th. Didn't include it yet because we're still in the process of finalizing it together with the member of the parliament, Stelios Kibouropoulos. So, it's very provisional, but you will hear from Florian now the basic idea.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to share my screen now. Is this okay,
So
Karin?
let's stop sharing my screen. In that case. Okay.
Okay.
I think you can do it.
So this is the agenda. So this event is being prepared, set up in cooperation. So all these use this app tabs in cooperation with member of the European Parliament from Greece, Stelios Kymperopoulos, who is a long-standing and leading member of the independent living movement, who, if I'm right, he co-founded Independent Living Greece. And now he is a member of the European Parliament, so we work a lot with him. Yes, and he agreed to host this event with us in the European Parliament on the 4th of May from 16 to 1800 hours. Okay. Apparently, you still need a moderator. I thought that Nadia had said she will do this. I'm going to clarify this. So, first of all, of course, what's in the agenda? What do we have planned? First, of course, words of welcome. Then we have sent an invitation, or rather, the office of Stelios, Mr. MEP Kymperopoulos, is coordinating this. Sent an invitation to member of the European Commission for Equality, Helena Dalli. Then they extended an invitation to Gerhard Quinn, who's the special rapporteur on the rights of persons with disabilities. Then we will have bring in or here examples from two of our activists about the situation of independent living in member states. And this is going to be the focus of the event. The idea is to give guidelines to member states and the European Commission on what needs to be done for independent living, to have independent living. So we have two examples from member states. Yeah, then relatively late for some reason. We have been my part. We have been working on a policy document to provide input to another policy document which the European Commission is working on, which are guidance to member states on independent living, which in the current European strategy for the rights of persons with disabilities is the highlight for us and a big chance to make an impact. So in these 10 minutes, I had provisioned a little bit more time for this originally, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to present our guideline, our input, our recommendations to the guidelines. And then what follows is mainly other members of the European Parliament reacting to the testimonies from the member states and from our recommendations. And MEP Monica Semedo, Renew Europe Group, the Liberals, An MEP I don't know yet. Then MEP called Anne-Sophie Pellier. Last year, the European Parliament published a really good report on disability rights, and Anne-Sophie Pellier was the rapporteur, so responsible. So I thought it would be good to include her. Then they extended an invitation to somebody from the Commission. Yes, on the director level, Katarina Ivankovic-Knieciewicz, which we work a lot with. How can I say this? After we come to the event, we are not always on the same page with when it comes to what should be done in disability policy. Then the last one is somebody from the European Economic and Social Committees. Then there is time for questions to speakers, the discussion, and the closing remarks. Oh. Yes. These are the plans for the 4th of May event.
Thanks a lot, Florian. Yeah, I think just to make clear, I mean, if someone join it a bit later, this event will happen in Brussels. We are still not sure if we will be able to live stream it. If it's possible, we are asking the team of the MEP Stelios Kibouropoulos. Then, more people will have access to that. Otherwise, it will be for people joining in Brussels, of course, free of, everyone can register and apply, whoever is interested and is around. And this will happen on the 4th because it's easier from the MEP perspective, because 5th is Friday, I think, people are traveling and the week is coming to an end. So the 4th was easier in that case. And of course, when we do activities on the 5th May, very often we and our members do also activities in the days around that day. So pretty much, a few days before and a few days after, let's say in a week, within a week, there are a lot of activities are happening. If you don't manage to do something on the 5th, but you can do something, let's say on the 7th, go ahead and do it. We totally encourage you. We want, as we said, want you to be proud, strong, and visible, and make some noise with the independent living values, and to make visible our movement. So that's our first activity for the 4th of May. But of course, we have also something for the 5th of May. Let me come back to sharing my screen and giving back the floor to Florian. And so this is probably it. Hopefully you see it. Now you have the full screen. No, that's the third part. Okay, Florian, I think here you have the agenda on the slide. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Okay. Yeah. So 5th of May, Independent Living Day, one of the most important days of the year. So we thought it would be good to have an event there too. While the 4th of May event is largely in person, maybe hybrid if we get the streaming opportunity, the 5th of May event will definitely be completely online. And the registration is already open. You will find the event on the INEA on the website, so you can register. I assume it will be in the members meeting. Yeah, that's that. What will it be about? So we just not just doing an event. We have also on the 4th of May, we're preparing our recommendations to this commission policy thing. On the 5th of May, we are making public a survey we have been working on called Independent Living Survey. Like it has been running since 2020 essentially, with some interruptions. The work proved quite well. It took quite a long time because quite detailed questionnaires. I think with, I don't know how many questions, but I would say like 70, 80 were sent to at least to 3, 4, sometimes 5 members in 44 countries. So it produced an extensive amount of material, which was then processed, and now it's ready. So we have actually quantifiable data on how members of the independent living movement, disabled people, how they view the implementation of independent living. We asked how they see the implementation of Article 19, if there are still segregated settings in their countries, if EU funds are being used to maintain these settings. And what will be presented on the 5th of May is the second part of the IL survey, which asks very detailed questions on how personal assistance is organized in their countries. So there are questions like, is it possible for you to freely hire your assistant? Do you get a personal budget? Can disabled people in residential settings apply for personal assistance? Are you free to set the hours your PA works for you? So all kinds of these questions, and thanks to that, we also have quantifiable data. We can tell you how many countries have said what. So to the agenda proper, me and hopefully Nina Portalon, who supported me and preparing the data, will present some key findings. Then we have three members, activists from the independent living movement, present some details on how personal assistance works in their countries. Then we thought it would be good to have some good practice examples presented. So some of our members, some few, are providers of personal assistance themselves. They're called Uloba from Norway, Still from Sweden, and one from Slovenia. And yes, they give presentations on this. And then we also would like to have reactions from policymakers. So we invited one Noris Di Pietrantonio from the European Commission and an MEP. Yeah, with this agenda, I can tell you a bit more. We don't have confirmations yet from the policymakers, but still, and Slovenia have already confirmed. Likewise, Mathese from Malta and Uwe Frevel from Germany. I have, of course, confirmed. Jamie Bolling has confirmed. Yeah, we're working on this. But here, yeah, like I said, you can already register, and yeah.
Thank you, Florian. So that's our second event on the 5th May. This one is online, accessible to everyone. We will have also sign language and captioning, of course, the day. By the way, I don't know if one of my colleagues can copy the link. I think some of you have the presentation. Put it on the chat because I have the full screen presentation, so it's a bit difficult. And I see there is a hand raised. We can, I guess we can take it now. We are not that many. And then we will continue with the, in the presentation. So, Łukasz, was it you?
Hi everyone. Nice to see you again. I have one question. Would it be possible to during this Zoom meeting? Could you please give me 5 minutes floor for 5 minutes? So I will be able to present a very interesting because we are in Poland. We are now in the middle of a very big struggle for the right personal assistance law for its coherence with General Comment 5 and CRPD. So, in my opinion, we need very much the support of the international community, the annual community as well. So, would it be possible for me to present shortly the Polish situation during this Zoom?
Thank you, Łukasz. Thank you for offering to present and to share your Polish situation. I will give the floor to the boss of the event, Dorian, to answer officially. Okay, and then we will see. I think it will be possible.
I'm gonna say yes. We will find you a spot. We will find you a spot in the agenda.
Okay.
So you can give your presentation.
Perfect. So thank you both. And thank you, Łukasz, for offering, and Dorian for always being flexible to make it as rich as possible, the event. And unfortunately we cannot fit all 40 something countries in 2 hours or 2.5 hours. But we will do our best to fit as many perspectives as possible, and every year or in every different event, even within a year, we try to have a different variety of countries and speakers. So you might see some countries missing from this case, but they will be in the event before or in other events in the future. And we try to spread the whole Europe in different occasions. For example, I see the members following the event Diogo from Portugal. We'll do the members meeting in Portugal this year. So this is one way to, for example, to involve Portugal and to make sure the Portugal will be also involved. And for every country, we try to be, inclusive and to make sure that, we'll have the different perspectives. So, even to not take more time on that, we will have Q&A in the end, of course. Let's go to the next slide. It is, what we do every year, the part number 3. It's very obvious. I don't know, Michael, since you are the communication boss, if you would like to add a sentence on that, or if you feel it's self-explanatory.
No, just I think it would be good to if you sorry.
Something is I don't know what is the English word.
It's really on the same room, that's why it's making that noise. But no, we will be sharing things on our social media, things about what we do here in Brussels, but also what everybody is doing in their own country. So if you have anything that you think would be good to share with us and other countries for inspirations, and maybe just to show like the highlights of what you've been up to, it would be amazing. You can send it to me by email address. I will send you my email address in the chat, and also you can tag us on social media so that you can all see what we are up to. And I think it will just be it's really inspiring every time to see what everybody's is doing in their own country. So please feel free to do it.
Thanks a lot, Michael. Indeed, don't hesitate to be active and to let us know that you are active, because if you don't let us know, we will not be able to share. It would be a pity to not share the awesome activities you are doing. And I say awesome because, from our experience for all these years, But our members and people are very creative, and they are doing, I mean, a huge variety of activities, which we will present you in the next slide. This one, it's just to give you an idea. It's not limiting what you can do, because you can do pretty much everything around independent living and raising awareness. For some reason I see a strange purple line on the side of the screen. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I think it's not bothering much. And so don't hesitate to do activities. Don't hesitate to be active. Also use the hashtag, or at least to tag us, so we can find you, and also to see what others are doing if you click the hashtag and stuff like that. And then some ideas what you can do. As I said, you can do pretty much everything you want. And people have been creating all these years, have been very creative, and they did like stuff we cannot even imagine, from working with comic artists to doing a beauty contest and stuff like that. So I mean, everything is possible. But here I included some basic stuff we see, a bit more often, just to give you some ideas. But feel free to be creative. So you can do a conference, or a seminar, or a day event, or whatever in this logic, about independent living, personal assistant, DI, or whatever you feel is relevant for your work, and related in one way or another to independent living. You could do a members gathering, so to say, let's gather together to your members to discuss about the plans for the future, about what you want to do, or just to catch up and see how is everything going, to evaluate maybe something you're doing. It's always nice to meet with members and to have an opportunity, to exchange ideas and thoughts. You can do a competition. We have seen a lot of competitions and contests throughout the year, like for the best photo of the day, or video, or I don't know, something creative with art or different stuff. So that's also a possibility. A street protest. This is kind of popular. For example, I see again Diogo here. In Portugal, they used to do street protests on 5th of May. And it's something similar to what we do on Freedom Drive, for example, on the march. The march we do on the Freedom Drive, when we gather people on the streets demanding, to close institutions or everything else we think it's important to free our people and this kind of stuff. You can do a social media campaign if you don't want to go physical. Maybe you want to go online. Maybe it's easier. Maybe, that's the way you want to target. Of course, you want to do a combination of all of this. It's not, you don't have to do only one, or you can do much more. A social media campaign to, to call your members or your people to share something, or you can share something. Maybe you create videos or other things. You can do a flash mob if you are into this creative stuff, and to engage the public. And this is connected to the next bubble, the public informative action, because we both are in public space. I remember in Greece in the past we did on 5th of May once an activity in 7 cities at the same time to inform people what is independent living and why it is important for disabled people. So I remember also in Montenegro, I think last year they did something in the streets, and in many countries every year, they do activities engaging the public and informing them. With Enil, we did it also in Brussels a few years ago. Out of the parliament, we had a table with some informative material. So yeah, there are many ways you can do that. You can launch a document, maybe a report or something you are preparing, or you want to bring the light on that. For example, like Florian said, we will present our independent living survey on the day. So that's kind of a similar logic. So it's an opportunity for you to do, to launch something and to bring some attention to that. And of course, to share with that, so we can spread it even wider. Then the press release, it's a kind of must. We do it every year, with our message for the day, usually targets politicians and the public. And of course, you can do something similar. You can, about something very important for you, you can address, you can send the message as an organization or even individuals for the day. You can meet with decision makers, also very popular activity on the days, to meet your politicians, either local, national, or international level, depending on how ambitious and active you are. You can, we, for example, will meet, as we said already, with the parliament, and even on the online webinar, we'll have some decision makers. Some other members throughout the years meet with the various ministers, mayors, depending on what they want, to reach and achieve. So this is a good opportunity to, on this occasion, they will also probably be a bit more keen to participate. And this is also an elections period in many countries. So that makes even more hopeful, even more easier for some people to accept an invitation because they want to be elected. So they will participate. So take the opportunity and use it if you want and if you have something to say with them. You can do an exhibition. I remember some members do it sometimes with either art related to independent living or photos or whatever you feel would be relevant. Maybe so you can be very creative. I don't know, you can do an exhibition of things that are oppressing us or whatever. I mean, the sky is the limit in your imagination. But that's one way you can go forward. Webinar, of course, it's very common and very popular activity. Numerous organizations and members and people do that on the day and around the day. We will do that, as you heard from Florian. And it's always a good way to engage with a wider audience and to have people, participating, asking questions, and getting informed about your activities. And of course, we are always fan of parties. So that's also one way if you feel like having fun and just enjoy the day. And because after all, it's a day also not only to advocate and to raise awareness, but also to celebrate our identities and our movement. So feel free to organize parties, maybe after a conference or maybe after a meeting with politicians, or even without those. Gather some people. You can do also online parties. That's also a solution. And a part of all these bubbles you see here, there are a lot of other activities you can probably think of, I'm sure. And engage and be active on the day. If we can help in any way, reach to us, don't hesitate. We will be on all day, of course, available and sharing activities and doing and making ourselves visible and active, and also the previous days and the days after. So don't hesitate to get in touch. And if you have questions also. And now that I said question, I think the next slide is basically the discussion, the Q&A. So, by the way, this is a logo Uloba created from Portugal, from Norway, I'm sorry. From Norway, I think 2 years ago, maybe, for their event of the 5th of May. This is their logo, and so I'm kind of steal it now for our presentation. I hope, and I'm sure we have the permission. It's very nice and empowering. So, let me stop. No, basically we can share the screen, but let me, now we stop sharing the screen so I can see the Q&A and we can see each other. And I think there's no other slide in the end. There's other thank you. And my contact in case you need to contact someone for the day. Of course, you can contact any other of our colleagues. We will all reply. But just to have a person, to get in touch. And our website, of course. So thank you for your attention. I will stop sharing the screen. And we still have about 20 minutes in theory, but of course we can keep it less or more if needed. So let us know if you have any questions or if you would like to share something. Maybe if you already have some plans. Is there anyone who would like to ask something, maybe?
Can
Yes.
I go? Yeah. I have a question regarding the online conference on the. It will be available online after the conference, or like a recording of the conference, because we are going to have several things to do that day, but there will be many of us who want to see that afterwards.
Thank you, Diogo. Thank you. Well, I would also ask confirmation from Florian. I don't know if we even discussed this yet. I think we can record it, no? To keep it very available on our YouTube channel, social media afterwards. At least this is what we did the previous years. But Florian, yeah, what do you think? Can we record it? What is me?
If we will record it,
Yes.
yes, seems very likely. Yes, we also need to document what we're doing. So
Yeah, I have to. So yeah, Diogo, I think the answer is positive on that. You will all find the. It will be live streamed probably. I mean, what we did in the past, it was live streamed at the same time on one of our social media, maybe YouTube or Facebook. So automatically it got there even after the event. In like the next hour, you could already access it. That's also a possibility. But even if we don't do that, we'll make sure to upload it on YouTube or social. So yeah, it can be available to everyone. I see on the chat Mikael sent his email, so feel free to contact him if you would like to share your activities. Mikael is our communication guy. He will make sure to share everything everywhere. And now I also added how we call it, the registration to the webinar link, the 5th May. It's already available, so you can register if you want. We'll put it, of course, everywhere on social media, website and stuff, so you will find it also there.
yeah, and it would be good, Lukas, if you going to present something that you could definitely register already. That would be great.
Okay. If I get link, I will urgently register.
It's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you, but of course we will send also to speakers. Not that people. Oh, someone is joining. No.
Okay. Okay.
Good. So perfect. So hello also to the people joining later. So just to say that we did a basic presentation. We are in the Q&A session about the Independent Living Day. We said what we will do and what people can do and organization can do. So yeah, don't hesitate to ask us questions. We have still with some time. This recording will be available afterwards for people to access it and watch it later to get ideas and to comment on what we are doing and to what they can do. But yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
Where will the recording be available afterwards? Sorry, I just joined now because I had a meeting before.
First of all, thank you for joining. No worries for being not being able to join earlier. We are not very busy these days, so that's it's still good we have you even for a few minutes. The recording will be uploaded online. Mikael, how fast we can have it online, you think? And I think I clicked recording on my computer, so I need to send it to you, but it can happen in 2-3 hours.
Yes,
So I
I
think
think
Sophia by the end of the
should be
day.
It goes to our emails.
I can send it via email, but I can also like upload it probably on YouTube or make sure
Oh,
it's
okay.
everywhere else.
What I think we can do is to first upload it on our YouTube, share it on our social media, and then we will have a members mailing in 10 days from today, around 10 days. Then we can include the recording also in the members mailing. So all our members, including you, will get the recording also there in your emails. So basically, we put it everywhere.
Oh, okay, thank you. YouTube is also already very, very good in other socials. Oh, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel, so I will follow it too.
Yeah, we have and there is quite interesting material over there with our previous webinars and meetings and stuff we did in the past. make sure to check it. I think you can see also activities from our previous independent living days a few years ago. Every year we have some different topics and activities. Yeah, we'll make sure to upload it. Yeah, Mikael already put it on the chat. This is our YouTube channel. Thank you, Mikael. Is there any other question, or maybe you would like to share what you are planning to do on the day? Maybe you have some ideas. Maybe you would like to ask us to do something. I don't know. How is your opportunity? You still have around 10 minutes. Let's see. Probably we are too good and people don't have any questions. It's fine. Okay, so in that case, I think we said everything. I'll give a very quick opportunity to my other colleagues if they want to add something. I see Florian is unmuted. Maybe you want to say something about the events we do, or we are covered.
No, I think we covered it all.
Perfect. Mikael, from your side, is there any final message you want to send the people before closing?
Not really, just once again, maybe we are going to do that online in different countries. I think it's good if we can all share something, and we cannot be all together in the same place. So I think it's good and inspiring for everyone to have access to what everyone is doing. So yeah, and I wish you a good May 5th.
Thank you, Mikael. Thank you. That's the message here is be active and share your stuff with us. We can make some noise together. And this is maybe a very quick opportunity to introduce our two new colleagues, Rita and Eva. You see the two ladies on the screen. And yeah, I don't know if you would like to send them have a question or to say something on the event. You have is everything clear to you since you are doing this?
It seems clear. It seems clear. We will be there for the both events in May. We'll be present. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you. So yeah, so these are our two new colleagues. Let's welcome them also here, and we have the opportunity. And then the final opportunity for those of you, our members who joined it, especially if you want to say something at the end or ask a question. Otherwise, we will close it here and leave it open for people to continue the day. So is there anything else you would like to say?
What events will be there in May? I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Yes, so very quick.
Really quickly.
Very quickly, we can say, you will see this also in the recording, but very quickly, what we said already, from the 5th May, we plan, basically, we start on the 4th May, do one physically in Brussels, in the European Parliament. We're in Brussels, no? So you are also welcome to join if you want.
Yes.
You are welcome to join our event, and we'll publish the information soon about it. We'll be in Brussels on the 4th of May, together with hosted by the MEP Stelios Kibouropoulos. And we will discuss about independent living and present also our position on the upcoming guidelines on independent living that the Commission is launching. Or you can correct me if I say anything which is stupid. And then on the second day, on the 5th May, so the actual day of the 5th May, we are doing a webinar about to present our independent living survey, which is a document we work already for 3 years now. And, it's a big thing we do, collecting information from all over Europe about the independent living everywhere in Europe. We want to present it, and we have members sharing the experiences of good practices. And then we will have social media activity and making some noise here and there. Make sure the movement is visible and present. And sharing all the activities of people. Because So this is very basically the what we will do on the day. And feel free to follow the recording for details on each of this part. And yeah, I think that's it. Any
Okay,
other
thank you.
questions? No problem. I don't see any other questions, so I will assume we are all happy with that, what we got. So thank you for your time. There is the 5th of April. We are just exactly 1 month before the 5th of May. Yeah, have a good day. Have a good rest of the week. For those of you celebrating Easter, enjoy it. Have a good Easter break, even though it's a small one. The Christmas one is the real one. Okay, even this is okay. So have a good Easter break for those of you celebrating it. And yeah, let's be active. If you still don't have plans for the day, think about it. Think how you can be active. You want an active movement, an active day. Show everyone why independent living is important and that we are here, Crowdstrong Visible. We will be here to support you in all the process. We'll share everything afterwards, the recordings and everything everywhere. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for your attention, for your time, and have a good day. We need to stop the recording somehow.
Good
Really?
Bye-bye.
Recording?
Oh, let me stop.
Was it you, Michael? Wait, let me see. Alida, you were there. Oh, you did the recording or not sure. Anyway, whoever clicked the record button, we can now press stop recording. And then we close the meeting.